Hey everybody, it is Tuesday and it's 2:01. Usually I like to say it's 2 o'clock. I am 1 minute late. I was answering a question and I was like, oh my gosh, it is time. I was kind of waiting and then I was answering a question, but I'm here. So I know that if Ken joins in, Ken will always call me out if I'm a minute or two late. So, but I do like to be on time for sure. So let's kick things off and let's talk about what I'm going to give away this week because I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, that's part of the reason why everybody is here. You want to be able to have a chance to win something. We wouldn't be in racing. None of us would be in racing if we didn't have this innate desire to win. And that's what I'm all about. So let's talk about what you can win this week. I actually have something. I'm going to take it out of the package here because I've had these for a while, but I needed to get some new ones because I was kind of running out. So this week is a Crate Insider t-shirt. It's white, so it has our Crate Insider logo on the front. Then on the back here, we've got CrateInsider.com, the one source for crate racing tech and more, which has been our slogan since we came out. I mean, maybe we need a new one. I mean, at this point, it's been 4.5 years, so maybe we need a new slogan. So I might have to put that out there as a contest or something. So I see hello. Oh my gosh, Mark on vacation, the first time you're seeing me live. Thank you so much for, I mean, my goodness, taking some of your vacation time to spend it with me. I really appreciate it. Got someone, Len from Rhode Island and Jaron from New York and Mark, and you like the shirt? Great. Yes, and for some of you that know the drill, all you need to do to have a chance to win this shirt is to leave a comment. You can say hi, you can leave an emoticon. I love seeing where you guys are from. I mean, I think it's really cool that we're reaching all parts of the country. I know I have some viewers in Australia and Canada as well. And I really appreciate each and every one of you for joining me week after week. So I absolutely love that. But how this works, if you're new here, is just leave a comment. And at the end of this video, I will bring up random number generator and I'll have it, drum up I'll put in however many comments. It'll pop out a number, and whatever number it corresponds with on the comments, that's who wins. And then I send you the shirt. And I'm getting more of these printed. So I'm literally going this afternoon. My dad is the one who's my screen printer. So I'm going to go and see my dad and pick up my shirts. So I don't know if you know Dick Schultz from Thunderbolt Tees. He does always such a wonderful job with my shirts. And so yeah, obviously he's my dad. I'm going to say good things, but at the same time, it's a pretty cool deal that I can, my dad can be involved with my business as well. So I'll have my point of my story there was that I'm going to get more shirts, which means I'll have whatever size you want. So you'll be able to have your choice of any of the sizes. Oh, and I guess for anybody who's new here, I'm Kate Dillon, and I run CrateInsider.com, and we do this weekly show where I usually talk about a featured product, we give away something, and then I'll talk about my top 5 products of the week. Oh, and here's a bonus question. You know what? I'll give away another shirt to anyone who remembers what it said on my sign last week. So you can probably see that what I'm going to rant about maybe has something to do with my sign. So if you want to, I will do the top 5 Tuesday and I'll draw the number. And if you want to stick around for my rant, you are more than welcome to. And we're going to have fun with that. So anyway, I want to jump right in and talk about my featured item this week. Oh my goodness, I got people from Indiana, Alabama, New York, Delaware. My goodness, I think I have most of the East Coast covered here. Well, and speaking of East Coast, this weekend, I'm going to be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for there's the Pittsburgher up there with the Lucas Oil late models, and it will also be the Bill Hendren Memorial with the Rush Racing Series. And if you guys have heard me talk, I do talk about video, I talk about legacy a little bit, and I thought it was time for me to put my money where my mouth is. And so for this event, if you're racing there, I am giving away a prize pack. Or if you're thinking about, hey, where do I want to race this weekend? If you run a dirt late model and you're Rush legal, then let me give you a little preview. So it starts off with, we have a bag. I had some of these bags made and it has the Crate Insider logo on it, but it's really more about what's inside the bag. And some of these products, okay, got a Crate Insider hat. I need to grab a t-shirt too. I need to throw a t-shirt in here. But anyway, one thing I talk about all the time is legacy and the power of marketing. So I am giving away a GoPro Hero. This is the 2018 edition. And the Joe's mounts. Oh, goodness. put it up. This is a mount that goes right on the race car. In fact, I did a video. I probably need to do a separate video. Maybe I'll even shoot it while I'm there that shows you how to mount this onto a race car. And in fact, I just talked with Joe's last week. They're going to do a little bit of a redesign on this. So they're out of stock right now on the GoPro mounts, but I'm really looking forward to seeing their new design. And when it comes out, I will definitely be letting everybody know. So what do you need in order to have a whole setup? You need to have your mount, of course. You need to have a GoPro. The GoPro needs an SD card because that's how it stores the memories of your videos. And then you need one of these little waterproof cases. It's probably be easier if I grabbed it off of my shelf, but one of these waterproof cases, let me see if I can see it. There we go. Not that it's about being waterproof, it's just more about being impact resistant because, you know, if you've got like clumps of mud or dirt or something like that, you don't really want to crack the screen on your GoPro. But my gosh, these have come down in price so much. They used to be, I mean, I've got one that was like $400, but this version here runs like $199, and I'm not even a dealer for GoPro. I just believe in it so strongly because, like I like to say, is that I would give anything to be able to see some of that in-car footage of when my dad was racing back in the day. I mean, my goodness, I would love to watch that. Oh my, wouldn't any of you? I mean, maybe your dad's raced, maybe that's what got you into the sport in the first place, you know. And feel free to leave a comment here, and I'll get back to that in a second, but leave a comment and see what you think. And I can't even tell you enough about how much it would help your marketing efforts. But then you might want to take a look at the video I did a couple weeks ago where I was talking with Royce Henry and Mark Norris, and Royce was talking about how when he watches in-car footage, how much he can tell about the way a car is handling just from hearing the engine and seeing how it works. So I think there's a lot of value to that. And again, I don't sell GoPros, I just sell the mounts. So, but anyway, think about that for your program. So that's what I wanted to do as a feature. And if you happen to be at that Rush event this week, I'll tell you how you can win it. It's going to go to the person with the fast time, who sets fast time. And with the one caveat is that you actually have to be somebody who's going to put it on your car. So if you are one of those people that is like, well, I'm superstitious and I don't believe in, you know, or I have bad luck, I'm just going to give it to the next guy. So that's how that is going to work. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into Top 5 Tuesday. I have some fun things to share. I mean, a lot of these you guys are going to recognize because Top 5 Tuesday tends to be very similar from week to week, but sometimes we have new things that shake things up. And that's exactly what we have in the number 5 spot this week. And in the number 5 spot is our Kaiser Wheels Wide 5 bead lock wheel. I mean, I love these wheels. I think they're just beautiful. And they're aluminum, so they're going to be lighter weight. You can see my little American flag there because they're made in America. And these wheels, I mean, gosh, it is not coming through on how pretty these are. Oh, come on, camera, focus. And if you're wondering, yes, I do talk to my computer equipment sometimes. So anyway, and these, it's nice because they're also like multiple pieces so that you can replace sections of them. Like we can replace half of it if it gets bent. And these run $315, and that is for the Wide 5 bead lock. And that is the 15 by 4 by 14 by 5 is the one that happens to be in this picture. But that is in the number 5 spot. In the number 4 spot this week, oh, it slipped a couple of spots. But that is our 602 matched sets of valve springs. My goodness, it must be valve spring changing season. So to explain these, the valve springs, every one of these are absolutely legal. These are GM valve springs. It's just we buy lots and lots of boxes of them. We rate them, and then we repackage them. We throw out the bad ones. Well, or as I tell you guys, I don't actually throw them out. I'm keeping them for a project. I don't know what I'm going to make out of them yet, but they're going to be a something, probably something else in my office. Cause I mean, look I've got wheel covers in here. I have a fire bottle and I have wrenches. Because isn't that how every girl decorates? I don't know. But anyway, when we put these together, then you'll have one bag that is for intake, and then the other bag that is 8 of them for your exhaust valves. And there's just a slight pressure difference in between them. The intakes are just slightly stronger than the exhaust ones, because that's just what we found gives you better performance. And I have lots and lots of you have left fantastic reviews, talked about how you won races, and that really means a lot to me. I love to see that, and you're going to see me putting more of those reviews. Any of you who leave reviews on our website, I will be reposting more of those to Facebook to really share that, and and to show you guys have some great looking cars, and I want to get that out there and let your words be seen by people as well. And I do show those on Instagram as well. And so our match sets of 602 valve springs, they run $99.75. Next up in the number 3 spot is, I was so glad to get these back in stock. My goodness, I spent the summer with spark plugs on back order, and it did not make me happy at all. But now we have them. I'm very happy about that. These are the best spark plugs that we've found for crate engines. And we've tried some other ones, and there's some that are okay, but if you want the best and the most reliable and multiple different kinds of fuels that we've tried them with, the NGK R5724-8s are really the way to go. And what I didn't even know until they were on back order and I couldn't get them is I didn't realize that my price was even better than what you could find at O'Reilly's. Because I was telling people, I'm still going to tell you that these are the spark plugs to use, whether or not you can get them from me. These are the spark plugs you want, and it turned out that my prices were better. So I'll go with that, and I'm not going to change a thing. But the sets of the NGK R5724-8 spark plugs, these run, I didn't write it down, but I know how much it is. So they're $22.32 for a set of 8. I sell them in sets of 8 because you need a set of 8. So I don't know why you would buy like one spark plug. Just replace them all. So next up in the number 2 spot, and it looks like I kind of slacked a little bit, and I'm gonna have to look up a price really quick here. But while I'm looking up a price, I'll tell you what we got going on here. So in the number 2 spot is our Klotz oil. And our Klotz oil, this week, the one that's in that number 2 spot, and pardon me for my eyes wandering here, but I'm just trying to look it up on the website and talk at the same time. But the case of 10, I should have known this, is $139.90. So this week it's the case of 10 that is on the Top 5 Tuesday in the number 2 spot. And in fact, we met with Klotz. They came down here to North Carolina last week, and last Wednesday we did some testing, and I'm pretty excited. We'll be talking more about how that came out. It was all good results, but we've got a new product that's going to be coming out because of it, and another product that we're going to be adding to the Crate Insider store. So I'll wait to actually do those announcements, but it was really nice to see those guys in person and just talk with them, because they're just some really smart guys. Such a quality product, and then just the integrity of their whole team. Everybody is just so nice, and they're so real, and they're just so wonderful to work with. But the Klotz oil, and not only that, they make fantastic products. When it really comes down to it, that's why I bring those products to you, is that it's an absolutely fantastic product. So the Klotz oil, cases of 10. Oh, and I'll just mention, if you want to buy this by the quart, or we've got what we call oil change kits, made it so that you can just click one button and you get 7 quarts of oil and a Wix oil filter. So it's exactly what you need for an oil change. And I decided a long time ago that whether you wanted it by the quart, by the case, or the oil change kit, to me, it was about getting you the right thing. So I don't, I guess on the bad side, you don't get a quantity discount, but the truth is, whether you want a quart or a case, you're going to pay the same amount. So you're going to pay the same, it's like $13.99 a quart. And that way you don't have to stock up on stuff that you won't need until later. You can just have exactly what you need when you need it right then. So that is the Klotz oil in the number 2 spot. And in the top spot this week, once again, you guys are the best, because this would be our 17-inch race fan. And I'm showing the 4-blade version. And with the race fan, I'm just really excited because it just shows proof of concept. And I hope that many of you feel that you were listened to, because I know I have several modified drivers, especially in the Midwest, who when we introduced the race fan and it was a 19-inch fan, they're like, Kate, can't fit it in my car. My shroud's too small, my radiator's too small, I can't do it. And, can't you get a smaller fan? So I went straight to Race Fan, and they made this for us. We were one of the reasons. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm not trying to take credit. I'm not the hero here. You guys are. And that fact that you suggested a product that I could take to a manufacturer. And then not only that, at the end of the day, you come through and you keep buying them. So that's really what shows, hey, wow, you do have that power. Your voice has meaning, and I listen and just try to see what I can do to get it for you guys. So with this race fan, what's so cool about it, if you guys haven't seen this before, now I do not have bolts in it because these don't just clamp in there. There's little bolts. Oh, and I have it totally off kilter. Yeah. And I was going to talk about doing a video on it, and I just have it totally jacked up. Anyway, these are great. They kind of slide in here, so you can change this from a 4-blade. Obviously, we can go to a 2-blade really, really easily. But these bolt in, so they're strong in there. When you bolt them in, they're not going anywhere. And in fact, normally when I bolt them in, I have to hit it with a mallet to get it through there. But when you order it as a 4-blade or 3-blade, 2-blade, when you order with an actual fan, it's still going to come in pieces and you get to put it together, but it comes with all the specific hardware. So it's got the nut, the bolt, washers for both sides. And on the back of this, it's really cool because it actually has, see how it says, it even tells you what to torque it to. So I'm trying to do that so you can, oh, there we go. Okay. It's always fun with a webcam to try to make it focus. But the point being is it says torque nuts to 144 inch-pounds or 12 foot-pounds. So it tells you right there on there how much you need to torque it. So it's very handy. You don't have to wait for, because one of my biggest problems or frustrations is when parts don't come with instructions. So that's actually why I started making videos in the first place, is because most of these parts don't come with instructions. I found it frustrating, so I started making videos. But hey, this is the best option I've seen, is where you just go ahead and put those instructions right on the product. That way it's never going to get separated. So that is the race fan, and the 4-blade, I believe it runs 265. And the 2-blade, let me take a look, because here again, I was almost there and then I started answering questions and it happens. So let's see here. We'll take a quick look, and that 4-blade is 265. So I did have that right. So the other prices, if you wanted to go with the 2-blade, so we'd have a 2-blade, that would run 170, or a 3-blade would be 217.50. And then there is the 6-blade. This can actually have up to 6 blades on it if you wanted to. Really, I don't see a lot of guys using that. I see it more in the super late models. Those guys would be using the 6-blade 19-inch fans, but we always do have that as an option. And that 6-blade fan runs 360. So that is top 5 Tuesday for October. And how in the heck did it become October already? I don't know, but October 2nd of 2018. Then let me go ahead and bring up random number generator here, and I'm going to take a look at comments here. Pardon me. Yeah, I never know what's going to happen on live video, which is, it's like a love-hate thing. So here we go. We have lots of you on, my goodness, and so many comments. That's wonderful. I'm going to see if there's any questions. I see a couple of you are really sharp, and you remember what was on the sign last week. So that's pretty cool. And let's see here. Yep, I've got new product coming my way. Great. Yes, need the fire bottle. Please get a fire bottle. It saves lives. Oh my goodness, it just breaks my heart when I see people don't have fire bottles. And great, so I've got several comments here. I'm going to type that in. And wow, okay, so number 28. So I feel like I need music for this part when I have here we go. So Danny Howell, Danny, you win our, I guess I should have shown that again, wherever it went. Oh, it's right here. What you win is a Crate Insider or white Crate Insider t-shirt. So Danny, please send me a private message with your address and also tell me what size shirt you would like, because I have them anywhere from small to 4X. So whatever size shirt you want. So with that being said, if you want to stick around, I'm going to kind of have a rant here for a moment, because so here's the deal. You know, in this business, we are busiest from January through September. You know, like during that time, it is really difficult to take any time off. So last week, you know, it was almost October, or yeah. So because October, usually things slow down, you know, and then we have the big races of the year and that type of thing. So a friend of mine said, hey, Kate, what do you think about having a spa day? So I said, that would be awesome. I could use a little bit of a break. And, you know, what are the worst fears that you have as an entrepreneur? Is like you walk away for 5 minutes and everything's going to go to hell. That's pretty much what your worst fears are, right? So that was, so I left on Thursday morning, and then this is Friday. And, you know, of course I get people that contact me and they talk about how of course I'm ruining crate racing because I have, you know, high-end products, or, you know, just all the things. And some people just want to call and argue with you. It's just the way the business is. And normally in those situations, I'd be like, you know what, you need to run your own race. I run my own race, truthfully, but, you know, like, you know, if that's what's working for you, you should do that. You know, don't listen to me. If what you're doing, if that's working for you, good for you. So this was on Friday, and knowing that I was going to be out of town, I asked Steve Hendren from Hendren Racing Engines, who I lean on a lot for anytime there's a question that I don't know the answer to. I always ask him for the tech questions. But there's this person who decided they were going to hit us up in private messages, which, I mean, I'm glad they didn't start a big thing on the page or anything. But he was basically saying that everything that we did was garbage and that he was right. And when we're done, I actually have to leave as soon as this video is done. I have to go shoot another video. But when I get back this afternoon, I'll screenshot the entire conversation so you guys can see it. But, you know, you could just tell somebody that was just looking for trouble and they just didn't want to leave it alone. And I think the worst thing about it is that Steve didn't introduce himself at first. So the guy thought he was talking to me, which, you know, you can just tell in the tone that he thinks I'm like that he could talk to me like that. And that, like, I was a girl and I was dumb. I mean, he didn't say those words, but you can just tell, because as soon as Steve said, oh, by the way, Kate's out of town. This is Steve Hendren. I build race engines. It was like it shut it down. But his next step to do that was he decided to leave a bad review on our Facebook page. And so if you look into our ratings, that there's one, look at the most recent one, it'll say, you know, that this guy, I'm not even gonna say his name because he's not worth it, but it'll say this guy does not recommend Crate Insider, because like we give bad information. So I've already reported it to Facebook because he's just a troll. But it's really sucks. And you just try to take a couple of days off and just have a nice breather, you know, just to try to relax. And, you know, the whole point of relaxing is so that I can come back and be stronger and better. And it just really it really set me sideways. I hate that, because I can hear from 100 of you and how well you do. But I think we all have that negative voice in our heads that is always going to shout louder for some reason. But because of that, I want to thank you. I mean, if you want to leave a recommendation or feel free to leave a comment on the guy's thing. I mean, whatever you guys want to do, if you want to act in some way and talk about, you know, whatever you want to talk about. I mean, whatever your experience has been with dealing with me and Crate Insider and any products or whatever, if you want to leave a recommendation on our Facebook page, that would be great, just to bury that one. But I did report it to Facebook. I've reported it 3 times now and never received anything back about as far as that was going to go. And so that, you know, it just kind of sucks that a person can take the wind out of your sails. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. And just know that if you have any of that going on in your life, that, with where there's negative people, they just suck, and we just have to move on. And and really be grateful. And if there's one thing I am grateful for, is I am so grateful for this fantastic customer base, this amazing audience, that you guys that show up. I just want to thank you so much for being here. I really do. And I need to do, I guess before I take off, I need to make sure, because we had a couple people who got my sign right from last week. So keep an eye. I think I'm gonna have to do this on a weekly basis, is do another giveaway for anyone who remembers my sign from the week before, because I think it's a fun thing to do. So let's find out. Got a couple of people. I'm going to type that into random number generator and find the two. They had two people that got that right. In fact, both of you. So let's go ahead and get both of you guys a shirt here. So I think that was Jaron, and let me find it really quick here. There we go. So Jaron Israel and Hagen Daryl, both you guys, send me a private message and tell me your shirt size and your address, and I will send you the Crate Insider white t-shirt with for remembering what our sign was, just because it's fun and ridiculous. But in the meantime, I thank each and every one of you for watching. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at 2 o'clock for Top 5 Tuesday. Have a great weekend.